Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan battle video. In this video we're going to take a look at an invasion bet on primacy, King Vegeta, and how he does in the Pure Saiyans Esbr after his recent Extreme Z Awakening on Dbz Dokkan Battle Global. So this Vegeta, I think, or this King Vegeta I should say, obviously the first real usable King Vegeta I think we've had in the game ever, I want to say. I think he's very much by far and away the best King Vegeta we've ever had. But yeah, he's a pretty interesting unit. I think, he looks pretty decent. Obviously, full disclaimer, he's really not a first slot tank in any way, shape or form. So using him in this way is somewhat incorrect. But we are going to be using him in this way just to kind of see how he takes damage in this content. But the best way to use him would be as a floating support. So if you are interested in using Vegeta, I do suggest that you pick him up and you use him as a floating support. If you do that, you're going to have a much better time overall than if you try to run him as a first slot tank or anything like that, realistically, with the kit that he has. But yeah, that's pretty much it about how to use him. In terms of his overall kit, obviously he got pretty nice build. I want to say nothing too crazy, but just some overall nice stuff. He's got that really kick-ass ability to stun units, which is always helpful, and he also lowers attack. So he's int and physical type of 70%, which is pretty cool. He then raises defense for 1 turn, and he also lowers the enemy's attack. Both of these things are just generally quite helpful, especially in the ESBR, SBR kind of settings. So this does tend to help out quite a bit, I think, especially if you are running these kind of events. It's always helpful to have units that, do have these abilities to mitigate damage and control the battlefield. Obviously he's got Ki +4 and attacking defense of 70%, which is pretty good, and he's got attacking defense of 10% per Pure Saiyans category ally on the team, which is nice, and the higher chance of stunning the attacked enemy when all allies attacking in the turn are Pure Saiyans. So some pretty nice stuff. High chance is 50 or so %, which is good. It's not huge, but it's good. It's generally speaking a pretty nice amount of damage that he can do. So yeah, for me, pretty nice stuff overall, and just in general some pretty good stuff. Now obviously I think alongside that as well, he also has an additional defense of 50% with a medium chance of performing a critical hit when there is another Vegeta's family ally attacking in the same turn. This is also relatively helpful as well, and he gives Pure Saiyans and Vegeta's family category allies attacking defense of 25%. Now it would have been nice if he had just given even 1 key, 1 or 2 key. Would have been pretty good. Wouldn't have been crazy. It's not like it would have made him broken, but I think it would have really helped out with just allowing him to mesh a little bit better with the other units on the rotation, especially when you've got such a wonky link set. Being able to give 1 key or 2 key to the rotation just helps to take the stress off of claiming orbs and things like that. But yeah, generally speaking, I think overall it was pretty good stuff, at least for me. I was pretty happy with how well they did with his design. I think overall he's a pretty rock solid unit. He's not gonna blow anyone's minds, but he's definitely not gonna let you down. I think, like I said, he's definitely best in that floater situation. He can do some decent damage if there is a Vegeta's family category unit on the rotation, which is always nice. And then of course he does have some of those other useful abilities like stunning, attack lowering, etc., which tends to make his time a little bit easier in terms of how he can help the team and things like that. So yeah, some pretty good stuff overall. Obviously I think most players will want to line him up with the Kid Vegeta. I think him and Kid Vegeta are a very cool kind of combination to run, but kind of as mentioned before, he's not really a first slot tank, and neither is Kid Vegeta. Kid Vegeta is a second slot unit, so between the two of them, there's a lot of second slot priority going on here, which can be a little bit limiting to the team. It's not like it's going to completely ruin their synergy or anything like that, but it can definitely be a little bit of a synergistic problem, just considering, you know, overall like how everything works together. So yeah, you know, to each their own. Obviously, I think a lot of players will still find usability in him. I think you can definitely use him to finish the ESBR and all of that. I think he's definitely got that usability within him, but I do think there is somewhat of a limit to how far you can take him defensively. Definitely is a limit, but I think most players will still have a good time in trying to use him overall, at least for me. But yeah, I was very happy with him, very happy with his performance, and I think yeah, if I had to give him like a good old rating, I would give him a solid 6.5, 7 out of 10 for the ESBR, SBR kind of content. I think he's very good there. I think the lowering attack helps. I think the stunning helps. I think there's a lot of usable abilities that you can get out of him. So yeah, overall I would say I'm pretty happy with him. I just think there's maybe a couple areas crucially where you could improve in using him. But yeah, beyond that, pretty good stuff, pretty decent stuff, and yeah, I think he does okay. He will need items. He's not really going to be able to take pretty much anything without an item, but he does have his stun and he does have his attack lowering, so there is that kind of built-in defensive measures around him. Yeah, that kind of like built-in security mechanic. Like, yeah, as long as you manage to get the stun off, or you manage to get a couple super attacks off, he'll be able to, you know, lower the attack of the unit that's attacking him. He might be able to stun them, so generally speaking, he should have a pretty good time. Obviously, you are going to see him take damage. I don't think it's possible to see him not take damage. I think maybe if you get a double super on one unit, and that's the only unit attacking him, and you get the double attack lower as well, I think then you could definitely see some pretty good results. But I think overall, at least for me, I would probably say that's pretty much where it lies for him as a unit. Yeah, I think he's very good, very decent, but I do think he has his limits. So yeah, but that's pretty much going to be it for me. Obviously, I think we've seen everything we need to, you know, about him as a unit. So yeah, I think for the most part, players will have a good understanding of how well he does overall. And as you can see, he took quite a fair chunk of damage, very understandably so. Like I said, he's not a first slot tank by any stretch of the imagination, so I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, in general, I think he did well. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I'll see you next time. Bye.